Another longer chapter today, 44 pages, which I guess makes sense. It started out with like a recap of what we've seen so far, which is funny because I think this is supposed to be the last chapter of Volume 1, but maybe that wasn't the original intent, because this definitely seems like a jumping on point, which makes sense because it's the end of Round 1. Maybe like in Volume 1, they just figured to chuck this chapter in here just so that you get a little taste of what the next round is like. Something that I didn't have time to mention last time is that, like, it's interesting reading, like, the first arc now, which takes place a lot outside, now that I've actually been to Japan, and, like, I know what Japanese streets are like, because, you know, like, it's not that much different from anywhere else, but, like, I feel like there's just a certain vibe to it, like, especially, like, in Tokyo and downtown and other cities, because it's just, like, I don't know, just, like, something feels different about it, like, it feels exotic, like you're in a different country, even though it's still, like, city and stuff like that. It's not that much different from New York City, honestly. Again, so like Akiyama did actually read this note for directions to round two on Neo's balcony. I thought that they were like in her room. I thought that they like entered her house and then went upstairs. Like now that I've watched the anime, it's making me like understand a lot more about what the actual setting is because it's like I didn't realize that Neo lives in like an apartment with maybe like only one room and like maybe a kitchen and stuff. I'm kind of surprised that Akiyama had to give Neo his number. I kind of thought that they would have already exchanged numbers by now. Like, did Akiyama ever just show up late for his shift, such leave Neo waiting for hours like he did to her already? I find it interesting how like a lot of the panels are like very similar, but like not identical. And I think it does improve, like the anime does improve because it's like the idea of how Neo saying like, "Oh, he's such a good lawyer," like, you know, I think it just looks better in the anime for some reason. Like, I actually think the manga kind of makes it make Neo look a bit more frail, and the anime has like the yellow background and stuff like that. I find it funny how the anime feels the need to like, you know, copy Akiyama doing this or the lawyer doing this. Like, I'll be of assistance, even though he's been pretty useless so far. I mean, the lawyer only showed up twice in the manga and once in the anime, so he's been even more useless in the anime. So it is confirmed that Akiyama does work at a construction site, even though we see it for literally one panel. Like, everyone was like, did the anime make that up? But no, like, it is, like, I had to zoom in, and yeah, he does work there. I do find it interesting how, like, you know, arriving at round two, it's supposedly very sunny, and, like, they're entering this grand mansion, which juxtaposed how the next game is going to be all windy and depressing and in a decayed bowling alley with no food. Episode 3 literally ended exactly when Chapter 7 ends. Like, literally, like, word for word. The Lero announces the name of the game, gives a little blurb on what the vibe of it is, and then that's it. And yeah, those are all my notes. I still have 10 seconds left on the clock. This entrance to a driveway is pretty interesting, just a giant cinder block in it. I guess they just don't want people to go in that way.